Honey, invest in
I
Bitcoin.
mean, yeah, exactly. Just pull
Okay,
all my money
so
into Bitcoin.
with these kind of shows, like I immediately want to see someone like scum the system and be like, "Oh, I know the lottery numbers. Oh, I know where to invest."
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I'm your host, Alex, but you can call me Senpai. And joining me tonight, I have our czar of source material, John.
It's too early for this.
You always say that. And our chivalry of Shota, Shotaro.
Big bag busting out the Bentley Bentayga.
What?
Is that from the new Nicki Minaj song?
Cardi B, and that's racist.
Oh, I'm
my
sorry. I'm
gosh.
sorry. I mixed up my,
Black women. Not all black
Talentless
women are the
sluts.
same, okay?
Anyway. Anyway. Moving on before I get canceled. We have gotten together tonight to do our summer preview. It's almost, guys, the spring season's almost over.
I can't believe it.
I haven't even started on it.
Me either.
This year is almost half over.
I
Oh,
don't
not
like
bad.
it. I hate it.
I feel like this year is going a lot quicker than last year.
I hate everything about this.
Oh man. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we are going to watch and just taking the piss out of some things we definitely aren't going to be watching. I'm going to go ahead and start with our in-depth portion of these previews with, I think, something that a lot of people out there have probably been looking forward to, and that is the second season of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Oh my god, KyoAni are back. And, well, they were kind of back already with the Violet Evergarden movie, but this is their first TV anime since The Fire. And I think a lot of people are looking forward to this. I know I am.
So what does the S stand for in the
That's a
second
really
season?
good question, and it's actually, if you watch the PV that's been released for it already, that's the entire point of the PV. All of the characters trying to figure out what the S stands for.
Does it stand for surprise? If you know what I mean. You
Yeah,
know?
I see where you're going.
I hate it here.
Yeah, that's the actual the title of the second season is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. I like how in the PV Kobayashi's like, what, 2 wasn't good enough for you? But I'm so looking forward to this. I'm really happy that KyoAni has been able to bounce back from the fire they had a couple years ago. And yeah, I mean it's Kobayashi-san. I mean, if you watch the first season, you're probably going to watch the second season. If you haven't watched the first season, I highly recommend it. It's really good. It's somewhat wholesome most of the time.
I've heard things. I've heard lots of things.
I'm interested to see what happens because, when they first announced this season, and of course they had the previews for a couple of the new characters. One of the new characters is, I guess, what you would call an Oppai Loli, even though those things don't exist in my mind. Essentially, kind of like how it was with, what's her name? Uzaki-chan. How she's like supposed to be really short but has massive titties and is somehow still kind of skinny. I guess Twitter was upset about that. Which I'm not surprised. Is anyone?
See, I know a little bit about the guy who makes it, or the person. I actually don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but the author that
You
makes.
mean the creator of the manga?
Yeah, the creator of the manga has other manga, and they're super into giant tits and shotas, so they like making that type of dynamic of like. There's like 14 of them, I swear. I don't know what is up with them, but they just love giant tits and little boys.
Well, didn't the person that works or created Kobayashi-san, I think also worked, I don't know at what capacity, but worked on the manga for, I think, the art for Monster Musume.
I do not know.
I don't know. I know that I'm pretty sure the author is a he. It worked in some capacity on that manga. I don't know in exactly what capacity. But yes, you are right. They do seem to have an affinity for large titties.
Listen, I remember reading Chi-Chi, and I realized the art was similar to Kobayashi, and I was like, wait a second. I've seen this before.
Wait a minute.
And yeah, that's just what they're into, man.
Hey, if you're into something, do it well, I guess, and get paid to do it, which obviously it's paying off. And I'm looking forward to this. I mean, if you've been listening to the podcast long enough, you know that I'm a KyoAni whore anyway, so I was gonna watch this regardless.
Yeah, I should probably finish the first season.
It's really good.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's funny. It's got its funny moments. It's definitely got its pervy moments. And it's just like kind of a turn your brain off, watch and be entertained show.
Oh, for sure.
So I have to be in a very specific mood to want to watch it.
That's my mood all the time.
Oh,
Not bad.
My brain's never on. Why do you think I'm so stupid? Anyway,
you said it.
That's probably the thing. It's tied with something else that I'll talk about here in a minute. But that's probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most this upcoming season. So, John,
man, you're not
what do you
looking
got?
forward to Slime Tensei Season 2 Part 2, baby?
I mean, I'm super looking forward to that as well.
Oh my god.
John, why am I looking forward to that, though? Because you fucking read it. You know what's coming.
Boy, is Walpurgis time! Clayman about to get his shit kicked in, boy!
And we're getting Best Boy.
Oh, and fucking Veldora! Oh my god, we talked about this in the spoiler cast, but I hate that they left off on the fact that Veldora finally appears. I'm like, oh my god, finally. I fucking love Veldora. He's so funny. Oh, and then there's Noir, too. Or no, what's his name? Sebastian? Is that the name?
Yeah, Sebastian.
Yeah, ignore the other name I just said. No one knows what that meant, right?
Yeah. You did. Yeah, just I put like a beep over it, and it's like, what the fuck?
I might actually just beep it. No one cares. No one reads the source material anyway. Anyway, yes, Slime Tensei. Slime Tensei.
I mean, he is a sensei.
Slime Tensei Season 2 Part 2. It's still 8-bit. So this part of the show is going to have a lot more action. So I'm looking very forward to, like, how they're going to animate it. Like, I really like the Clayman fight because it's just really cool. Because there's more than, like, it's not just Rimuru fighting. There's a bunch of other people fighting. So it's like a big action sequence, and it's pretty fucking hype. Like, man, I can't spoil too much, but
I'm sure that we'll also be doing a second part to our spoiler cast as well. So,
for sure,
anyone who actually does like it once it is finished, definitely look forward to that.
Yeah, like, I believe on AniChart it was the #1 looked forward to for the summer.
Yeah, it's by a pretty decent margin, I think, as well.
I mean, it's a pretty popular show, so I don't have to tell anyone else about why you should watch it, especially since we're on Season 2 Part 2. We're so far into it. But,
yeah,
man, I hope that they allocated all their budget to this part. That's all. That's all I want to say.
You know, I should have mentioned this from the outset, but, you know, something else that was supposed to get part 2 of a season this summer season was Mushoku Tensei, and that got pushed back to fall, and I'm super disappointed about that. But instead, we have Slime Tensei, and I couldn't be more excited about that.
Yeah, like, I think for Mushoku Tensei, like, the fact that they're pushing it back because they were like, it's not good enough yet,
Oh
is
yeah,
a
the
good
Studio
thing.
Bind actually came out with a statement when they said they were going to push it back, saying like, we would love to do this summer, but we're not quite ready to broadcast yet. It's not up to our standards.
I mean,
I believe the phrase they actually used was, "It's not up to the standards we have set for ourselves for this adaptation."
which is great because I think so far the adaptation's not been terrible, considering the other shows that I've read and then watched. It's not a bad adaptation.
I feel like it's definitely one of the better visually produced isekai novel adaptations.
Oh, yeah. For sure. But Slime Sensei.
Yeah, like we in season 2 part 1. God, I hate that so much. In the first half of the second season, I still hate it. It's too many words, man. Me dumb. Me speak no good. But we didn't see a lot of action. We didn't see a lot of budget stuff, and I was kind of like concerned about it. If you listen to our spoiler cast, I talk a little bit about it because there's certain scenes where it's just like they kind of just gloss over a bunch of stuff, and I get it. It's not important, but to me, it's important. Everything's important. Everything should be animated 100% fully, 100% all the time. No CG. That's just me though. Like fucking slave labor, we still have that. We'll just outsource it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I better not give the industry any ideas.
Yeah, please don't.
Hey, anime, pay your animators.
I like it. Hey, anime, as if it's some kind of like evil organization.
Yeah, hey, big anime, you need to start paying your animators.
Big anime, like big pharma. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to the second half of Slime Tensei Season 2. I'm sure clearly a lot of other people are. It's at the fucking top of this list on any chart.
Yeah, I can't, like, everything else on the list for summer, I'm just like, yeah, I guess it's kind of popular, but Slime Tensei is the only one I know it's a standout, actually, like,
yeah,
really popular. Every other one I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I could see it going either way for a bunch of these shows that are in the top 10 list, just because I'm looking at the PVs. Some of them I've read too, and I'm just like, I don't know.
All right, well, moving on. Show.
So we finally got the sequel to Umai wa Mo Shinderu, and they're gonna call it Tante wa Mo Shinderu. Oh my god, it's gonna be so great now. The English jokes aside, the English title for this show that I want to talk about is The Detective is Already Dead, which is an interesting title. I feel like it's probably more cerebral than the show is actually going to be, but we can have hope that it'll be an interesting show. It's produced by a studio called ENGI, which has not done much other than Uzaki-chan. So suspicious
Which
about
was
that.
phenomenal.
It's based on a light novel, and it's a mystery comedy drama romance. The basic plot is that this guy who gets into trouble all the time because he just like is so clumsy and he always gets into trouble, is on a plane, and then a crisis happens, and then a beautiful woman walks up to him and says, "I choose you, Pikachu. We're gonna solve this crime together." And then they go on an international fiasco hunting thing to go solve some sort of global crime or whatever. So
Because that's what you do when you die.
okay, well, who died? I don't know who died. I don't know who's going to die, but whatever. Spoiler, the detective, aka the beautiful girl, is a zombie. JK. I have no idea what this title means. Also, the woman, the beautiful girl, her name is Siesta, which
I love it.
Wow.
There's just so much happening in this show right now that I can't grasp my head around it. Like, also looking at the PV, it's not just like a generic mystery. There's also just gonna be like
Action.
like magical fighting.
Yeah, like this girl's got a fucking repeater gun, just shooting shit, like fighting against
I'm
the
like-
fucking fog from Lost.
I'm like, what is it? Kind of reminds me of oh, that Kyo Annie show. What
Hyoka.
with the theme park where the girl
Oh,
takes the
freaking
shotgun out of her titties?
yeah, freaking Sento. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Amagi Brilliant Park.
Yes.
Amagi Biggerland, yeah.
Yes.
Fuck
It
you.
reminds me of that.
Where she
So
pulls a
like
giant fucking shotgun out of her tits.
like I feel like it's pretending to be like a seinen mystery when it's actually gonna be like a shonen battle magic thing. I have no idea what is going to happen with this show. And what is also concerning is that in the PV, the background art is like the worst possible art you could ever see. Like the plane,
Yeah.
the plane that they're on is like so ugly.
Like you have the main characters and they look really fucking nice, and then the background has CG feet and then like blurred out. Like this is a plain background.
It's
Yeah,
like
and
it's like
I
different
don't
studios
understand.
did the characters and the background art.
I feel like looking at it though, maybe the background art is like just some early working background art that they're like, no, we're gonna fill this in later.
I hope so. And then when they start fighting, like the animation looks actually good, and I'm like, wait, what is happening? Why?
This is a
Why?
weird fucking
Why are they like so beautiful when they fight, and then they're on the ugliest plane in the world? Girl, I don't know what is happening with this anime. I don't know if I will necessarily watch it unless I hear stuff about it, but there's a lot happening in this anime that I am interested / concerned about. So keep an eye out, question mark.
Maybe. All right. Well, I will go ahead and talk about the thing I'm looking for probably the second most this upcoming season. And it's it's called The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated. Now, this is an anime that's coming out based on a manga. And I just want to take a moment before I talk about this to say, like, what a great year this is going to be for people like me who love slice of life comedies, right? Because we had at the beginning of the year, you had the second season of Yoru Camp, which is one of the goats of slice of life at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Right now, we have Nagatoro. We'll have Jahi this summer. And then this fall, we'll have Komi-san Can't Communicate. Oh my god, what a great time to be alive if you're a slice of life whore like I am.
Is that how you pronounce her name? Jahi?
Yes.
That's the weirdest way to spell that.
I don't complain. But yes, Jahi-sama Will Not Be Defeated is a manga that a lot of people said would never get an anime adaptation, yet here we are.
Why would it not get one? It's super cute. Like
I agree, but for like the last year or so, people have been saying that this would never get an anime adaptation. A lot like Komi, a lot like Nagatoro, a lot like what was the other one? I forget. Yeah, but like this, I mean, people were saying it was never going to get an anime. Now, the one thing people were saying about those things, like they wouldn't get anime, I never thought that they would get anime all in the same year.
Yeah, that's crazy. And also, Kana Hanazawa's in it? What?
Yes, Kana Hanazawa is playing the part of Druge, and the voice actress for Satanya is playing Jahi, so you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to kind of summarize Jahi, it's essentially a reverse isekai. Jahi is essentially the second in command to the demon lord in this isekai world, who gets reverse isekai to the human world, and in the process becomes this weak tiny girl. But still has all the same personality and memories and stuff of being the demon lord's second in command. And a lot of the whole comedy that you're going to see from this is her trying to fit in to like the human world and trying to understand human customs and stuff. And it's really funny. It's really cute. And like, so if you haven't read this and you're not really familiar, like if you liked something like The Devil's a Part-Timer and something like Gabriel Dropout. Think about putting those two together. That's what Jahi-sama is. That's pretty much it. That's why I'm looking forward to it, because I love shit like that. And Kana Hanazawa's in it. What more could you fucking ask for?
I don't know. I dropped the manga because I got bored with it.
Wow, fuck you. Fuck you.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's slice of life, and I don't hate slice of life, but like, I don't know.
But you don't love it either.
Well, it's also like the same reason I dropped Komi-san Can't Communicate. Like, it's not bad. I just didn't want to read it. There's just better manga out there to read.
Fair enough. I would like to say, so this is being done by a studio called Silverlink, which, I mean, they've had their hands in quite a few things recently. Nothing, like, hugely stand out, I would say. But I also wanted to mention that as of the time of this recording, I could not find a PV that had been released for it, so I don't know what it looks like. I've seen like PV art that's been released for it, and it looks cute, but that's all I can really tell you. That I as you know, in terms of what it looks like, I don't know how it's gonna be.
Man, your entire list is just like turn your brain off and watch shows.
Shh, don't give away my secrets.
Oh man.
But anyway, that's like the second most thing I'm looking forward to this season.
All right. Well, instead of turning your brain off, let's talk about a show where you have to actually keep your brain on. So,
okay.
God, I'm going to try to read this. Genjitsu Shugi Yusha no Okoku Saikenki. I call it Realist Hero because it roughly translates to like Realist Hero summoning other world. Something. I call it Realist Hero. And
according to the Wikipedia page, it literally means a Realist Kingdom's Reform Chronicles.
Yes, that. I call it Realist Hero though because I see Genjitsu and then Yusha, so I'm just gonna shorthand it to that. It is an isekai. However, the MC is not OP. Like, he's just a guy. And he's not like overpowered with like unlimited mana and can like destroy the world and not all that stuff.
I'm surprised you like this.
It's more about the political intrigue and the world building. It's really good. Like, I love reading it because of that. And like, he solves things with his brain. He doesn't solve it with like brute force or anything. He solves everything by applying like, I guess, our world logic, modern day logic, because he gets transported to your typical fantasy magical dragon people setting, whatever. But yeah, I think the PV doesn't look bad. There's not a lot of action in this anyway, so I'm not it's not gonna be too disappointing when we obviously don't see a lot of action sequences. But I don't know, it's interesting. It's not your typical OPMC isekai, and for me that's a weird thing because I typically love just random OPMC isekai shit. Like, I consume that trash, but this one it's very interesting to watch the world and just watch the characters interact with each other and see how the guy gets out of everything.
Man, it's being done by JC Staff. You know that's a coin flip these days.
I don't think JC Staff is doing bad, but
I mean, from the preview, the visuals look kind of mediocre, which is a shame because the premise does sound interesting, but I don't know if I'll watch it.
Story of my life. Premise sounds interesting. Shitty.
Well, I also like the music that they had in the PV. I think the soundtrack's going to be pretty good as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Who does the music? Because the music actually does sound pretty good in this PV. Is there like let me look at the staff they have listed for this and see if they actually have someone listed doing the music.
Yeah, I don't see anyone on the staff list for it, but
Akeyuki Teteyama.
Well, there it is. That person.
Oh, he did the music for Yudu Camp.
Oh. Well then.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't really... It's just a dude who comes down to Middle Earth and is like, hey, we need to do social reforms. This is how you rotate crops, and this is how you are we're gonna balance budget sheets and make sure we're not being embezzled with, and that's literally it. That's all he does. It seems so stupid, like as a isekai, as an isekai premise. But I honestly, the world building is worth it. The characters are worth it, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I didn't even know it was getting into anime because I haven't been watching anime lately.
Well, now you know.
Yeah. All
right, show.
Well, I'm gonna talk about another interesting entry for the summer season, and it's called Sunny Boy. It's by the famous Madhouse, which apparently they can do wrong because this looks iffy. It is an original, so that's interesting. It's a sci-fi superpower genre. And the basic premise is that a classroom of high school kids gets transported to another dimension, and they all get superpowers, and they all like fight each other / something else ? Honestly, the premise is like, okay, I'm somewhat interested. And in the preview, the music is banging, and I'm like, okay, I'm into it. I could get down with this. But then the visuals are just absolute garbage. It's like that flower show, The Flowers of Evil. It's like close to that. It's like,
I also don't know if you guys heard that, but it is about to storm some fears out here. And there's
no, I definitely heard that. Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening.
Very, very frightening. But I agree with show, like the visuals in this PV are weird.
And it's an original source. It's an original anime.
yeah,
anime original story.
Why would they? It looks like it came out of the 90s.
It looks so bad, but it sounds so good.
Yeah, that opening song sounds really good. I actually really like it, but it reminds me. The art style reminds me of Knights of Sidonia, where it's like 90s sci-fi is what Knights of Sidonia is based off of. So
it does, but like there's also these visuals that are like, was the person on drugs?
I like how like in the preview when they're like attempting to go outside the classroom into the other dimension, it's just a black void. It's like, oh, we didn't really animate this. It's just a black screen. I'm like, okay.
I mean, give your animators a break, I guess.
I'm honestly on the fence, like, because this looks like it might be actually good, despite the shitty visuals, but I really don't know.
I mean,
we'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the first episode, especially since it's an original. You don't know. Usually anime originals are not bad, though. I normally like a lot of anime originals.
But it's always a crapshoot because there's nothing to base it on. There's no source material you can judge it by.
Yeah, this is definitely an outlier. It's very
for sure. It definitely looks like one. I mean, who knows? It could end up being a sleeper hit.
It's gonna have to rely on its script writing.
I mean, hey, I have watched some anime that have really bad visuals that have really good stories. So I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, but it's definitely not the norm.
No, it's not the norm at all. I'm not saying that, but it is possible. All right, well, I guess moving on, I will talk about the last one I want to go in depth on, and that is Re-Main or Re-Main or however the fuck we're supposed to say it. So this is a sports anime that revolves around the sport of water polo, being done by Studio Mappa, or being done by, the slaves who are employed by Studio Mappa. Sorry. This is also an anime original, by the way. No source material. So I have no idea what to expect. I mean, it is Mappa, so we know that typically it will look good. The PV does look good. It's also got some pretty boys wearing very little clothing. That's nice. But I guess the story centers on a guy who used to play water polo when he was in middle school, but he had an accident and he stopped playing. But then he has to pick it up again when the high school that he goes to, their water polo team needs a new member. I mean, we've seen this premise before, right?
Yeah.
Honey, no one cares about the premise. You're here for the shirtless boys.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen. I'm not gonna lie. You're right.
Listen. That turtle in the PV, super cute. I love it as the mascot.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I really don't know what else to say about it. The PV looks like it'll be good.
I love myself a shameless fan service sports show, but I don't know about this one. The boys aren't doing it for me. I know, girl.
You know what? Fair enough. Maybe this will have a deep story. Who knows? I mean, it's a sports anime.
No.
It typically won't.
Listen. He's gone to a new school. Have you learned? You listen to the music in the PV, right? Where it's like inspirational bonding music. It's gonna be your typical like sports shonen. Let's not kid ourselves.
We're gonna win with the power of our teamwork and friendship, guys.
And that's why Kurake no Basket is such a superior show, because it's like we're also gonna not just win with friendship, but Dragon Ball Z powers.
I will say one thing though: the water that you see in this PV is very beautifully animated.
You could say it makes you wet.
I could say it makes me wet in multiple ways. Show.
You elaborate.
No. I'll talk to you later. But I'm kind of looking forward to this mostly because water polo is kind of a cool sport and it's got shirtless boys in it, so yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is, if this was animated by Kill Annie, I think Show would have been into it.
Maybe. I just like
yeah.
The designs for the boys are just not doing it for me. I don't know if like Kyoto Annie
pretty
can
enough.
fix that. We'll see. I don't know. I'm picky about my boys, okay?
Okay.
My only issue with it is that like the whole setup just sounds so cliche. Like I used to play this, I used to be good, but then I stopped because I got into an accident. But now I'm in high school, and and the team needs a new member.
Listen, there's only so many plot threads you can do with a sports anime, okay?
It's a typical shonen sports anime, man. What did you expect? We all know why you're here, Alex. Shut up.
I'm trying to better myself.
God, looking at shirtless boys with their 8-packs.
All right, that's all I really got to say about this. So we can move on, John.
All right, so for my final deep dive, I guess you could say, is going to be Seirei Gensoki. I don't know what the English title would be, because it's literally just Seirei Gensoki Spirit Chronicles. So, that.
Maybe it's just Spirit Chronicles and they just did it twice.
Maybe. I read this. Surprise.
Shocking.
Shocking, guys. Everything I always review is stuff I read. Or, yeah, no, it's 100% stuff I always read. So, it's not bad. I think the light novel is not a bad thing to read. It's okay, it's an isekai. Stop rolling your eyes, Alex. Stop. I can feel you rolling your eyes right now.
You know why you can feel it? Because I'm not fucking surprised.
Okay, well, it's an isekai. MC is kind of OP. Listen, I just like it, okay?
He's like, I can't justify it. Just don't judge me.
I can't justify this because it's gonna be a typical OPMC isekai, and the story is not too dark. There's a little bit of darkness. I'm actually kind of wondering how they're gonna portray that, because how they did it in the manga, they did not make it as dark as the light novel. That's for sure. So that's why, since it's saying the source is the light novel, I'm wondering if the anime is gonna take the route of like showing like rape and murder. I don't know.
Oh my. That dark, huh?
Well, it's not that dark, because it's just talked about in passing, like it happens to someone and then someone gets assaulted later on as well as part of the plot point for like some other things, but nothing actually happens. It's not like Goblin Slayer or like Berserk. It's not even on the level of Berserk levels of you're about to get raped by a demon horse. Like,
well, that's good.
Oh wait, no, the demon horse was Ubelblot. There was a horse scene in Berserk though, wasn't there?
Yes, but move on, please.
Okay. Wait,
I'll-
no, I was right. There was the demon horse. Anyway, point is, moving on.
I'll probably check this out. Because there's a Shota and the visuals are like decent, but I don't know how long that Shota's gonna remain a Shota, so we'll see.
He stays the Shota throughout basically all this. There's a
But
little
then why
sister
is the
character.
poster art like a man?
Oh, because oh my god, why is it all the way? No. That's just a different view. He's gonna be like a teenager, like 14 year
Oh
old.
wow,
Yeah, he stays.
that's
It
an
goes from
interesting
him being
view. Okay.
He goes from him being 7 to like being 12 or 14.
Oh, I see.
And it has one of the best little sister characters. Oh, she's so precious.
Oh my.
My heart. Her name is Latifa. I love her. Latifa.
Oh my.
Listen, she's must protect. I love her
This
so
is being
much.
done by TMS Entertainment, who's also working currently on the second season of Megalobox, and it is fantastic.
Yeah, TMS and WoW World.
Wow.
I don't know who WoW World is. WAO World. They've apparently made anime. Doesn't
Yeah,
look
not
like
a whole
it's...
lot. I think they mostly do stuff like background art. I don't know. It's just nothing I'm looking at here is screaming like quality.
Yeah, and this fucking synopsis that they have on AniList, it has nothing to do with the fucking show. Like it whatever they're talking about here, it's like reeling from the epiphany. Rio learns that he possesses extremely potent magic powers, uses the powers to solve kidnapping case of a little girl. His good deed is acknowledged, and he's rewarded by being enrolled into a prestigious academy for noble children? ? Like that's literally going to be the first 2 episodes, and then it's not going to go back there ever again.
Nice.
Just, I don't know. It seems like your typical slice of life isekai in a school academy, like a rural academy where the OPMC is there and everyone hates him. That has nothing to do with the show. Like, it's literally going to be the first 2 episodes, and then he's going to go on an adventure and explore the world and stuff. So there's more
Gotcha.
world building and stuff, and I don't want to call it trash because it's not trashy writing like most of the other shows or other things that I read.
I don't want to call it trash, but it's kind of trash.
Well, I don't want to call it trash because there's Demon Lord Academy, right? Mao Gakuen, the one that I read, where Honest Voldigold's like, literally, did you think I would die if you killed me? You fool! Like, it's not on that level of trash where it's just plot armor the entire time. There are some stakes, but the main character guy is OP, so there's only so much you can defend on it. Listen, just give it a shot, man. You'll love Latifa, I guarantee it.
Oh, I'm sure I like the character. Will I like the show?
Probably not.
All right, moving on. Show.
Okay, I have an interesting show. It's called Uramichi Onisan. It's by Studio Blanc, which hasn't done much other than My Girlfriend is a Show Bitch.
Oh my.
It's based on a web manga. And I just want to read you the synopsis. So 31-year-old Omota Uramichi, who's a guy, is a gymnastics coach in the children's educational TV program Together with Mama. He might be sweet on the outside, but all the boys and girls are inevitably scared off when they get a glimpse of the adult darkness that's the result of Uramichi sensei's emotional instability. This is a tragic eulogy to all the boys and girls who are now adults.
What the actual fuck?
I have no. Is this a synopsis implying that he kills all the? No, he kills someone. Who knows? Okay, whatever. That might be an overstatement.
I'm kind of concerned about the fact that he's working with children.
So basically, it's about like a children's like
Talk show
actor.
host, TV host.
On a TV host who's like really nice on camera but then really bitchy off camera, and it reminds me a lot of the YouTube series Magic Funhouse by Brandon Rogers, which if you haven't seen it, is this exact synopsis, and I do recommend it. Although I will disclaimer that it is quite explicit, so if you're not into explicit content, it is.
Oh my god, the main character is voiced by Mamoru Miyano. I'm fucking
Not
sold.
that.
Never mind.
I so the preview looks like mediocre, but the premise is just a lot happening right now. And I did like Magic Funhouse by Brandon Rogers, so who knows how far this show will go. And I'm concerned, but also interested.
Just needed to correct Alex. Mamoru Miyano is not the main character. The main character is Hiroshi Kamiya. But also Sagitta's in it.
Still good. Sagitta's in it too. Mamoru Miyano plays one of the main characters, not the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I'm probably gonna check it out. It seems funny because like in the PV where he like deadpans explains like real life like troubles to these kids, and they're just like, oh,
Oh,
so it's like that's me. That is me.
Not bad.
Is it essentially like if fucking Mr. Rogers was evil?
I don't know.
Sure.
Like, I'm pretty sure this is just satire. Like, it's not meant to be. It's comedy slice of life. It's satire.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting, I guess. I'm really hoping this doesn't devolve into him raping children.
No,
Honey, someone's
God.
gonna die.
Someone's gonna die.
Oh,
This is
dear.
interesting. I never would have checked this out without knowing this.
Very
Weird.
suspicious.
Very. All right. Well, shall we move on to the second part of this?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's go. So we're gonna do rapid fire now. And I guess I'll go first. With the first one I want to talk about is so the Japanese title is Ryuto Soba Kasu no Hime. The English title is way easier. It's just Belle. This is Mamoru Hosoda's new movie that's coming out this season. And I watched the PV for it, and the only thing I could think of was, my God, this seems exactly like Summer Wars. So I'm hype. I mean, a lot like Summer Wars. This revolves around someone who lives in the sticks and discovers an online world that they get lost into, and they become really popular in it. And that pretty much drives the entire plot. I'm really looking forward to this. I love Hosoda's movies a lot, and I don't know. So in Japan, this is coming out in Japanese theaters on July 16th. I don't know. There hasn't been any news about when this is coming to the U.S. or North America or anywhere else outside of Japan, for that matter. So we'll have to wait and see about that. By the way, for anyone wondering why the English title for this movie is just Belle, that's because the main character chooses the name Belle as her like avatar in this virtual world.
Sounds a lot like Summer Wars.
It does sound a lot like Summer Wars, especially if you watch the PV. I mean that I'm kind of glad they went with Belle, because the English translation of the title is literally just the dragon and freckled princess.
I don't know. I kind of like that more.
I guess. Yeah, I mean it looks good. It's I mean, Mamoru Hosoda's movies also sound good. They all have great OSTs, and the PV kind of makes that clear. And it's an anime original. It's not being. It's something that sprang whole from Mamoru Hosoda's mind. So, I'm so looking forward to this. That's all I got for this, though. So, John.
Oh my God. Hey man, have you ever wanted to be a shota and be surrounded by RR One-sans? Yeah,
Yes.
me either. That's fucking weird. Oh my God. That explains a lot. Anyway, fucking bottom tier of this list, Megami Ryo no Ryobokun. It's about a 12-year-old boy who gets abandoned by his dad, and then he gets picked up by this like dorm mother, and then a bunch of RR One-sans just rub their asses and tits all over this little boy. This is problematic. I had to sign into YouTube to fucking watch the PV, and
Yeah,
it's
'cause
literally
age restricted.
literally just someone's ass and vagina just like fucking puffed up onto this boy's face, and it's just like, yep, that's what this is. And it says freaking comedy ecchi romance. So apparently these like 20+ year olds are gonna be fucking this 12-year-old, I guess.
That's what they imply.
I was telling you guys before we started recording that like this only works one way. And like if you tried to do this the opposite way, where it was a bunch of 20-something dudes that were like opining over a 12 or 13-year-old girl, you'd get arrested.
Yeah, no, this is I get the appeal. Like there's the people who love Shota X Onesan stuff. Like this is definitely made for them by Studio
Totally not raising my hand right now. What?
Yeah, this is trash.
You're not wrong. I mean,
it's literally just Shota X Onesan porn, but not porn for TV. And literally every character that is on here has giant tits.
So I have to ask, as our resident chivalry of shows, what is your opinion on this?
The Shota isn't cute enough, so if I wanted Shota porn, there's Dojinshi for that. Case closed. Bang the gavel.
Next. Okay. Next meme. That's your cue, show.
Oh, so I'm actually interested in watching this show called Kageki Shoujo, which is basically about, I guess, these high school girls who do like an opera stage performance, and it looks really well produced visually. I'm not really into the shoujo kind of shows usually, especially the cutesy. I'm not into the cutesy shows, but this looks I don't know, it looks really nice. It kind of looks the same mood as something like Carol and Tuesday. So I like Carol and Tuesday, so I'm gonna check this out and see if this is gonna turn out good.
Well, you have definitely piqued my interest with that, because I too love Carol and Tuesday.
I think you two are the only ones who loved Carol and Tuesday.
It's a good show. If you watched it, you would like it.
I guarantee you, if someone who likes music as much as you do, I think you would like it if you watched it.
Oh, probably. That's why I'm never going to watch it.
Oh, my God. I mean...
Because I can't have you guys being correct.
You're too busy reading the source.
Yeah.
That's right. That's an interesting concept. I mean, I'm looking at the PV right now, and it does look pretty decent. I might give this a shot myself.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right, I guess it's my turn next. What am I talking about this? Oh, okay. So I have a situation for you guys. So let's say, right, that you are in your late 20s and you got a job, but the place that you're working for goes bankrupt and you lose your job and you're forced to go back to your hometown and move in with your parents again and live with them. And you look back on your life and you realize that you haven't really accomplished a whole lot or done anything of great value. And you look at the people around you who you grew up with or you went to school with, and you realize that they've gotten so much further than you have, and they have a lot of the stuff that you really wanted for your life. And then as you lay down that night, you drift off and you dream of maybe having a better life. But then when you wake up and you open your eyes, it's 10 years ago and you just about to go to college. Would you change anything?
Honey, invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. Pull
Okay,
all my money into Bitcoin.
with these kind of shows, like, I immediately want to see someone like scum the system and be like, oh, I know the lottery numbers. Oh, I know where to invest. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. But that never happens, so I always get disappointed. So whatever.
I would like to say before I keep going on, I'm talking about a show called Bokutachi no Remake, or Remake Our Life.
Yeah, I get the appeal of this. Like, for the people who are like, man, life sucks. I should have done this X amount of years ago. I'm not entirely a fan of that, because it's, whatever that happened, and it made you who you are today. And I think as long as we try to continually improve, you should be a better person than you were yesterday.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I think as long as you're not like a complete failure, like a criminal or a drug addict or something, that there's not much I would change.
yeah, like I get the premise and appeal, but
I think it is just a fun thought experiment, though, to see what you could do differently. I think it's generally like a pretty classic premise where like you go back in time and you change something, because like that appeals to everyone on some level, because like
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I think there's not a lot of people out there that, like, especially my age or even a little bit younger, late 20s, early 30s, who look back and like even on a single decision that you made and say, I wonder what would have happened if I'd chosen the other way.
yeah, like I took school more seriously, or I tried a little bit harder, but I don't know, because then
Or
that
I
makes
actually
me think
worked up
of,
the
like,
courage to go ask this girl out.
well, first of all, it's hard to break habits, okay? If you were a lazy piece of shit back then and you're still a lazy piece of shit right now, just because you time traveled to 10, 15 years ago does not mean you're going to be able to change right away. Like, there's an actual internal struggle there. I have a huge problem with, anyway, I'm not going
also
to get into it.
like
Says the person who loves isekai.
just because you think that doing this one thing differently will change the outcome how you think it will, and not necessarily will change the outcome how you think it's going to happen.
See, that's the thing with stories like this that I'm far more interested in, is when you actually try and change the outcome to better yourself, and then it actually ends up being worse.
A lot like the Butterfly Effect, the movie. That was a great movie, just because every time he tried to improve his life, it went horribly wrong. So, I mean, I know this isn't going to be like that, but I like those kind of like more thought-provoking versions of this premise. I think this is just going to be like, I'm going to relive my slice of life college days. Get me a harem, live my life. But despite that, I think I am going to check it out, just because it looks like the visuals are really good. And it's listed as a comedy, but the PV looks very serious. So I will at least check it out.
Yeah, I wonder if the comedy is going to come from something like the character interactions. It's like, maybe there's one character that's kind of goofy. It's being done by Studio Feel, so like you say, it'll probably look good throughout the whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. I like this premise. I'm totally not an old fart who can't let go of the past.
Yeah, go on.
Moving on, John.
Well, to no one else's surprise, Cheat Slow Life. It's an isekai. OPMC has cheats, but he doesn't actually go adventuring or fighting or anything. He literally just has like his alchemy shop, and that's it. It's just a slow life isekai with a guy who has OP like alchemy skills.
Honey, I saw the PV. I saw the Neko Lolly. I see you.
She's a wolf person.
I
first
see
of all,
you.
and her name is Noella.
Excuse me. I need more art of this character immediately.
Of Noella.
Yes.
Yeah, she cute. There's little hints of ecchi in it though, so be warned. It's not wholesome, like
With
100% wholesome. Who knows?
You're trying to
I
get me
know.
to watch this, you son of a bitch.
Listen, it's a slow life, slice of life anime. You'll like it.
But it's an isekai.
It has nothing to do with an isekai.
It's
Like,
just
other than the
slice of
fact that,
life.
oh yeah, he's a guy from the real world, and now he's in a
I
fantasy
swear to God,
world.
John, I'm gonna watch this, and if that Noella character isn't in the first episode, I'm going to find you and beat you.
Don't worry, she's a mainstay of the series.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, there's really no meat and bones to this. It's all just fluff. Have fun with it? Question
Okay.
mark.
I mean, hey. It's some people's cup of tea, I'm sure.
It's by EMT Squared.
EMT.
Oh, they did Kuma Kuma Bear. Oh god. And Assassin's Pride. Oh god. Oh no.
On that note, show.
Oh.
So I read this manga called The Duke of Death and His Maid, and they're making an anime adaptation this season. although anime adaptation is a very optimistic term to describe what is being animated because it's all CG. So if you are interested in this show, I feel like it would just be better to read the manga because the manga is prettier than this CG adaptation. But I do like the manga. It's basically about Shota who if he touches someone they die, and then so he has this like romantic relationship with his maid where they can't touch but they like each other. It's very like innocent, very like cutesy. um it's just a cute turn your brain off show, which I would recommend you read because I mean, unless you're, yeah, I mean, CG really bugs me. I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna do CG. If you like CG or if you don't mind CG, then go ahead and watch the anime. I'm sure it'll be cute and adorable for you.
Yeah, I watched the PV for this, and I'm like, nah, not a fan.
Blue Balls, the anime / manga. I also read The Duke of Death and his Black Maid, and I was not a fan of it.
Girl, it's not. He's like a kid. It's not about getting the pussy. It's about, those cute little I can't touch you moments. Listen,
I feel like this is what would appeal to like 13-year-olds. So this makes this
agree.
tracks. Like,
oh my god. Well, fuck you too.
So
listen, y'all watching Dragon Maid with these fucking lolly bitches. All I can say, it goes two ways. Anyways,
I feel called out right now. I really do. I don't know. I looked at the PV. The visuals are just a little too much for me to no. Just no.
I need to read the manga. Or don't.
yeah, just read the manga.
Anyway, so the next anime I want to talk about is called Nighthead 2041, and that's just nasty.
What?
That joke went way over your head, I think.
I think so.
Head.
I don't get it.
Nighthead? I don't get it. I'm leaving that awkward silence. By the way.
I really didn't know how to go with that. So this anime is again full CGI, and it looks every bit of it. But this is an anime that's based on an actual live action TV drama from 1992.
What?
I know, I was 2 years old when that was made, and it was just called Nighthead. It's I don't even really. It's essentially like it's a mystery / like psychological drama, I guess, with a sci-fi twist to it. It also includes supernatural powers. Essentially about brothers who are trying to find one set of brothers who are trying to find another set of brothers.
Honey, someone's a brocon.
Probably. But it sounds somewhat interesting when you read the synopsis of it, but then you watch the PV and it's like, what the fuck? Now, I want to say about the character designs, though, I have never played a Persona game, but I've seen Persona character designs before, and so many of the characters look like they could come straight out of Persona.
Yeah, with the hair.
Yeah.
I like the music. I don't know.
Yeah, the music is pretty decent.
It seems kind of cool. I kind of want to watch it.
It does seem cool, and the background art is really nice.
But that uncanny valley with the faces,
No,
though, man.
I can't deal with the faces.
Yeah, that's bad. But the music.
The music is good. I will give it that. At least the music in the PV is good. It's being done by a studio called Shirogumi. And I mean, in the past, they mostly did like children's anime, but more recently, they have worked on Well, they're working on an
86.
anime that's airing right now, 86, and that's actually halfway a decent anime. They also did the Doraemon Star Wars crossover, which I still find funny.
Nah, man. Don't you remember the hit Antique Bakery
Yeah, right?
from 2008?
Right?
Get all your BL needs.
I knew someone was a Brocon.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to check this out, but I also am not having high hopes for it. So, I also know nothing about the original TV drama, so I don't know if even that was considered good back in the day. I do know that there was a previous anime adaptation of it back in 2006. It was called Nighthead Genesis. And apparently that was just okay. At least from what I'm seeing here. Anyway, that's all I got for this. So, John?
Hey, man. If you ever wanted to just follow around Miyuki as she goes, Onisama, hey, man, I've got the anime for you. Fucking Mahoka Koku no Yutose. So their regular at Magic High has a spin-off manga where it's just Miyuki and her perspective, and it's basically just slice of life. I never asked for this. This is the worst part of Irregular at Magic High, in my opinion.
So this is like essentially what they're doing with Slime Diaries with Slime Tensei.
Yeah, it's just a spin-off series of just, hey, different perspective of different characters, and it doesn't really fill any void like for world building. It's just there for I just guess something else. It's being done by a different studio, which is crazy because the first season was done by Madhouse, second season by 8-Bit. Now this one's being done by some studio called Connect, and from Connect mainly did Strike the Blood, if I recall correctly.
They did. I think they've done all of the Strike the Blood, haven't they?
Yeah. And they've gotten a lot better at animating and stuff. Like, the show doesn't look bad in terms of the art style and stuff. It looks very similar to the 8-Bit and the Madhouse style. However, I don't know what to expect when it comes to, like, actual battle scenes. Because this shouldn't be any battle scenes at all. It's just going to be about, like, oh no, they definitely made the older brother look completely different. What?
I can't believe you've done this.
They made him a lot prettier. This is some bullshit. But yeah, Tatsuya, it looks a lot more like a Bishi protagonist guy.
It's because it's from the little sister's point of view.
Oh, that might explain it. Why he's so beautified. That's actually a really good way to explain it.
Wow.
I don't know who asked for this. I didn't ask for this. I have a love-hate relationship with Irregular Magic High anyway, so I'm not watching this. I thought it was funny that it even got a season, like a spin-off of this. Like, I can't imagine too many people are into the whole Miyuki going Onisama. Like, I get that it was a meme, right? We were done with the memes. The memes are becoming too real, guys.
All right, show.
So I am interested in watching this show called The Case Study of Vanitas. It is based on a manga, which I had planned to read a long time ago, and then I totally forgot about. But now it's getting an anime, so I now can just watch it. And if you want to watch Pretty Boys on a Blimp, then Pretty Vampire Boys on a Blimp, then this is the anime for you. Honestly, I think this is just gonna be like BL gay bait, like fan service trash. But maybe it has a plot. We could guess that it has a plot. The animation looks, well, the art looks really good. The character designs look iffy, but it's hard to tell because the preview goes by so quickly, so I don't really, who knows. I will check it out though.
The author of the source material for the show is the person who made Pandora Hearts.
So I
Really?
said, BL gay
Gay
bait fan
baiting, yeah.
service.
Yeah, no, 100% gay baiting.
Yeah, this is 100%.
Listen, if you make a gay bait show, you know I'm there. I'm already watching. So honestly,
Being
I
done by
don't.
Studio Bones.
It is Studio Bones. I don't even find these characters attractive. It's just so obviously gay bait. I'm just like, I can't not watch. Vampire 20th century boys with like monocles. Come on.
What awaits him in the city of flowers? I hate this. Oh, it's so obviously gay baiting, man.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
Good
Well-
lord. All right, well, let me finish up my list here with stop me if you've heard this one before. Right? Guy has a crush on a girl since grade school and finally decides to ask her out, and she accepts. And the dude's happy. And then immediately afterwards gets asked out by another girl. Now, let me ask you, in that situation, what would you do? Would you say, "Nah, thank you, though. I already have a girl"? Fuck no. You start to go out with both of them, of course.
Wait, that's not what you do?
Okay, it depends, but...
Someone's not a hentai protagonist. Damn.
Yeah, right. But that is the essential plot of a show called Kanojo mo Kanojo, or Girlfriend. Yeah, I just no.
I mean, do both girls know that he's dating both of them?
I think so.
I think so, and they're okay with it, which is like, okay, I'm not saying that you couldn't find girls that would be okay with that in real life, but good luck.
Okay, my next question is, why don't they just become poly?
Exactly.
But I guess, I mean, it doesn't work like that, because if I don't know, if you were willing to date them both at the same time instead of like trial period for you and then trial period for you, I feel like you'd be okay with having an open relationship with two girls like that. But whatever. Manga.
This is Japan, though, man.
This is just pandering, okay?
It is. It's 100. It's just like what's that other one that came out? Was it last year? Fucking Rent a Girlfriend. Like, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, where I wish girls would ask me out and then I pay them money and then they fall for me because I'm such an upstanding guy.
Yeah.
I'm
Fuck
such
that
a nice guy.
Fuck that shit. God, this just throw it away. Throw this whole thing away. Like, it's no. Just fucking no. I guarantee you there's gonna be one girl. It's gonna be more than two girls, right? It's got to be. There's more than two girls listed here, so there's got to be. There's four of them. So you know it's the four main deres that are gonna be represented here. There's gonna be a tsundere, a kudere, a yandere, and what's the other one? Dere. Thank you. You know it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I can't say.
Fuck this.
Sounds like trash.
It is. It's 100% trash.
I'm not gonna watch it, obviously.
Me either. But what do you got for us to finish off, John?
Oh man, some more fucking trash. That's what. So, Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy? I don't know the
It's
fucking
lit.
English title. Anyway, it's lit, fam. I read this.
What?
It's not that good. The PV looks even worse.
My God, you're right.
Hey man,
You're an
don't you
all-star.
hate it when you get not hey now, man. Come on. No, don't you hate it when you get summoned to a different world by the goddess and then she's like, "Oh, you're not pretty enough," and then fucking sends you to the wastelands to fucking die? Yeah, man. Me too. I hate being so ugly that the goddess is like, "No, fuck you," and then
I feel like I
throws
can
you
relate to that,
upstairs.
though, to be honest.
So join Makoto in this fantasy as he transforms like all these monster people into normal people, and he becomes king of the monsters. That's literally it. Like, it's an OPMC.
King of the Monsters. That's fucking Godzilla.
Honey, he tames like monsters, and then they become beautiful women, part of his harem. And I'm like, okay.
Yes, no, actually, 100%.
No, yeah,
that is
I
not
know.
incorrect.
God, never change, Japan.
Actually, one of them stays in work, and she's actually the prettiest.
Oh my.
It's pretty funny. But I don't know. I didn't expect very much from this anime because the source material is not that great anyway. Because, you know, you've got an OPMC, and it's just like, oh, he's an OPMC, and there's other people in this faction, like the heroes and the humans who hate these people. There's actually no stakes involved. Kind of very similar to Slime Tensei, where there's fake stakes, like where it seems like there's risk and stuff, but there's really not. And then the Makoto guy just goes in and just like, oh, unleashes my power and wins everything. And it's just, yeah, it's trash. Not looking forward to it at all.
I see. I also just noticed that both you and Sho have this.
Because I wrote down the English title and he wrote down the Japanese title. It's so confusing. But yeah, I was also going to talk about this. I just wanted to say that the premise was funny. Just like on my anime list, it's like the goddess summons you and she says, your face is ugly. And then and then she banishes you to the edges of the universe. I just thought that was a funny phrase. But no, it's trash.
Yeah, like it would be one thing if because I read a couple manga where you do get summoned by the goddess and then she's like, oh, you're trash, and then throws you aside, and then it's about revenge, about trying to kill the fucking goddess. I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like that. In this one, he doesn't even want to get revenge on the goddess. He's just living life and being OP.
He's building his harem, man. He's collecting his harem like Pokemon.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's really not impressive at all.
Good lord. Never change.
The studio is C2C. They make anime? Question mark?
They do. I mean, what was it, like last year or 2 years ago, I think now they did the that Majo Tabi Wandering Witch.
Yeah, Wandering Witch, and then they also did I don't recognize any of these. What the fuck? Oh, I know Itori Bochi, the loner one. That one's funny. The manga's funny. I don't know the rest of these though. Oh, they did What Would You Do at the End of the World?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I remember that.
The one with the huge ass title.
Yes, the one with like the 7,000 character long title.
So many questions.
Shumatsu nani shitemasu ka? Isugashi desu ka? Sukete morte ii desu ka?
Wow.
I know you couldn't
what are
hear
you doing
it or
at the end
see
of
it, but I fucking rolled my eyes the second you started saying that in Japanese.
Or the English title.
No, don't do that.
World End. What are you doing at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? Man, that one I liked, and then I read it, and then I stopped liking it.
Oh.
Man.
What a crazy thing to end on. But yeah, okay, so that's it for our summer preview. So these are some of the things that we're looking forward to, and some of the things we're not so much looking forward to. The year's half over, guys. What do we think so far to wrap this up? That how's anime been so far this year? Because I'm gonna say it's been fucking lit so far.
I would say it was great, but I haven't watched any anime. So
That's a lie because you've watched. I know that at the very least you've watched Mushoku Tensei.
I've watched like 4 shows in the winter, and I'm watching 0 shows for spring. So yeah, it's been a great year so far, I guess.
Hey, for you that just means you can read more.
I've constantly just been reading, yeah.
I think I've reached that point in my life where I just want to binge shows and I don't want to watch them week to week.
I've gotten to that point too, but like I've gotten to this weird point where I wait till the season to get half over, and then I binge watch the first 4 or 5 episodes of like about a dozen different shows. And then I decide what I want to keep watching, and then I'll start watching the rest of them week to week. I don't know if that makes me weird or not. Like, it's sort of a hybrid of watching week to week and binge watching.
It's like you want to binge, but you can't wait. So you get a head start.
Yes.
Sad. No self-control.
I know. Well, you're right there. You got me there. Absolutely right. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you all for dropping in to listen to us talk about the upcoming summer season. Check out the description below to find links to Anime Club After Dark on Twitch, on social media, and on Discord. Check out our merch store and our affiliate links as well. Any purchases you make there do really, really help us out. With that, I have been your host, Alex, and I will see you next time. Say goodnight, guys.
Don't you know that anime belongs in the trash?
Sure.
Ring!